It's your girl, Pastor Angela Johnson. And of course, I am one sister to another. That music is always the bomb.com. Look, welcome. Welcome to One Sister to Another podcast. Welcome to the place where we're going to talk about it, but we're also going to be about it. Look, I'm always on location. So, of course, I am leaving Pastor Steve Greer, one of our, amazing leaders of Chicago. His service was today. Pastor Carla Greer is his wife. We were there with them and their family. And so I had to pull over to do the show today. But hey, because I'm committed and I'm dedicated, here we are. Our theme this month is, Am I My Sister's Keeper? And so, of course, we get to dive into women. I know the world says it's the month of Mother's Day. I know the world is saying all kind of stuff, but I believe it is the century of the woman. I believe that women have their place just like our brothers, but we're blessed to know that you guys are willing to tune in. So, of course, I want y'all to go there. One Sister to Another, Facebook.com. Go get us there. Angela L. Johnson, Facebook.com. Go get us there. One Sister to Another at Instagram.com. You can go get us there. And then if you need us for anything, just email us at ONESISTER2ANOTHERPR at gmail.com. Listen, I always like to bring her on because I think she's foxy. I think she's fine. And I think she's going to help me get this eyelash straight today. But look, she my girl. None other than Maite Johnson is in the hot seat today. Cool. I love it. Say hi to the people, Maite. You've been gone for 2 weeks.
I know. Good afternoon. It's so good to be back. I miss you guys.
We miss you as much. Y'all know how we do it. The first Saturday in every month because God said so. And I just told him earlier today, I don't take no for an answer. Okay. Look, I didn't know what to do about him when I first saw him. I was stalking his pages and I love what he said when I asked him, so what would you call the segment I want you to do on One Sister to Another podcast? He said, we'll call it Konversations. I want y'all to know it's with a K. Konversations with Khalid. Y'all welcome. Of course, he's not a stranger to the show. He is the co on first Saturdays in every month. Khalid Scott, welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me, ladies. Pleasure
and
to be
then
here.
Y'all know how we get out, right? Because of course it's Am I My Sister's Keeper is our theme for the month, and because we are highlighting every kind of every woman. Yeah, we're highlighting women today this month. We've got my sister who happened to be saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, but she about her business. I promise you she is. Look, Khalid, he brought on some help today. Somebody say help. She's none other than in the person of Chantel Biddings, who is also another licensed, of course, mental health practitioner. Welcome, Chantel.
Hey, y'all. It's so good to be here with you today.
So good to be with you guys as well. So y'all, so the theme for the month pretty much is about women, but that I'll say the B section of that thing is, am I my sister's keeper? Tell us this, Khalid. Because this is Conversations with Khalid every month, first, of course, Saturday and every month. And I wanted to make sure I kept you involved because I think it's important for our brothers to understand who we really are. Even though I am strong, even though I am I'm courageous, sometimes I kind of lose it. So talk to us from that standpoint. Talk to us about dealing with that woman who is sometimes, she's crushed at times, Khalid. Talk to us about that.
Right. When I have conversations with men and we talk about you all women, right? It's, wow, how do we figure them out, right? Because we figure we're real simplistic, right? You know, if you have a crystal glass and you pour water in it, that's men. You can see right through us, right? We're linear, right? What you see is what you get sometimes. But then we feel like if you take that same crystal bottle and you pour some red Kool-Aid in, that's a woman. You can't see through it. And what I explain to men is that women have different aspects to them, right? So as men are linear, women have a ebb and flow to them, right? And women take on a lot of things that us men don't have to do. We go to work and come home. You all go to work, handle the kids, handle the household, handle everything. And you do it it appears so simplistically with such ease. But then inside, you're on fire. And I was talking to two friends of mine who are married, and we were having discussions, and they was like, Khalid, I just get tired of having to handle everything, while my husband just does that, goes to work and come home. He ain't ever got to worry about the toilet paper not being in the bathroom. He ain't never got to worry about the refrigerator being empty. But when is it my time, right? And I tell my lady friends that, remember, you're the female Dr. Frankenstein. And they're like, well, what does that mean? You created the monster. Because why would I have to do anything extra if I always going to believe that you're going to handle it? But now you got to use this thing called a voice box. And you got to tell us that you're tired now. You got to tell us that you want to hang up your Wonder Woman
yes, yes,
and then let us put our cape on. But you got to be okay with it. I had a friend was complaining about her husband and in his school, lack of school participation with the kids. I said, on report card day, let him go up to the school. No. Why not? He's a dad. But I need to see all the teachers, and I need to know what. Then don't ever complain to me again about it. Because you got to release. And you got to be confident that that man, your husband, their dad, can handle it. But the thing is, be on it. You like feeling needed. You like knowing that I'm in control of this. Let that part go, and then you'll be able to let other things go.
I always say it this way too. I'm sorry, Khalid. I always say, is it wrong necessarily? And I don't really want to answer necessarily. Is it wrong necessarily to be equal opportunists on some levels? Because I do know this, Chantel. I do know that men are our umbrellas and they cover. I don't ever want to be a man, Khalid. I really don't. How sister can even trip trying to be a dude? I don't know. Hey, that's to each his own. But men have so much to contend with, Chantel. Talk to us, Chantel, about the release. How about women releasing? One of our questions had been, how do we necessarily help our sisters? Being our sister's keeper, am I her? How do I help? So my deal is, Chantel, how can I necessarily help her by being that sister she has that release? I release me myself, and I let that man do what he's called to do. My God, go ahead, Chantel.
I love that question, Angela. And I think that what I tell people all the time is that as women, yes, I can do everything, but I should not. Like I can run myself raggedy trying to take care of here, there, and everywhere, but that's not my role. That's not my job. And I don't have to do it. And I think that sometimes women need permission to take the cape off, as Khalid said, to just do your role, relax in it. Yes, I appreciate my husband. I love my husband. And I appreciate that he does the things because I don't like to do all the things. I'm not going outside and cutting grass. I'm not shoveling snow. I'm not doing that. I don't want to take on the worry of the household like that. And so I know that I have tons of other roles that I have to do in order for this house to run smoothly. And I'm okay with doing those things. And also knowing that the superwoman syndrome is taking Black women out of here. And I don't want to
Come
be on
on,
that
say
list.
it again. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that list. I want to learn how to manage myself, my emotions, take care of me, because I know if I don't take care of me first, everything else is not going to function well at this place. And so we got to give ourselves permission to take care of ourselves, to, as an old mother once told me, to stay in my lane, even though I can drive in every lane if I choose to. But if I stay in my own lane, you know, things tend to run a little bit smoother. And so I can appreciate that.
Someone said, Maite, that us as women should still every day, all day, be in full blossom. That there are certain types of flowers, though. Talk to us just a little bit about when you hear someone say, maintain your lane mentally, where does that take you?
When I hear someone say maintain my lane, in 2023, I mean, it's definitely different for me because I am at a point in my life where maintaining my lane looks a little different. It might mean hiring someone to do something that I have done in the past to free up some time to do some other things that are more important, you know, to my life at this time. And I think that if some people reread Proverbs 31, they'll see that she was managing the house. You know what I'm saying? It didn't mean that she, you know, did everything by herself. She was managing, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes we get it wrong because our parents or our grandparents, they did it all, right? I mean, they cooked, they sold the clothes, they dressed the kids, they bathed the kids, they, you know, taught the kids, they did everything, but we don't have to. And I definitely want to take the S off my chest and take the cape off. I went to the grocery store the other day. I was putting the bags in the car and I was like, Lord, this single life, I mean, when I get home, I got to take all these bags out. I got to take these bags in the house. I don't want to do that. I want some help, you know? But I remember a time when I would take like 20 bags, cutting off my circulation, just want to take one trip. I'm taking all the bags in the house, you know, by myself. I need a man and I want one. I'm going to maintain my lane. I want
My God.
I can do it. I just don't want to do it all by myself.
Look at that. And I totally agree. Khalid, and so that man presents itself to you. I love how this is this 3-part harmony up in this piece today, 4-part. So my brothers are showing up to you and they're saying to you that Khalid, but on the other hand, I got this woman who is I'm every woman, she's everything to everybody. But man, I'm about to go crazy because she wants me to do 1,000,000,000,000 things. Khalid, talk to us just a little bit about what you say to those men about chilling out and showing his woman how to chill as well. Because at the end of this thing, come on, me being my sister's keeper means that I still need my husband to have so much mercy toward me, because sometimes I am superwoman. Sometimes I do have the S on my chest. I got the S on my chest and some other letters on my chest too. Like I'm pretty much, sometimes I'm walking even in shoes he should be walking in. So how do you best share with him so he can minister or be merciful toward me? I'm gonna keep going back to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so about the time I have conversations with men, they have mistresses already. They have side pieces because their thing is, Khalid, I'm tired. I'm not gonna argue no more. I'm just going to have somebody who I can have some peace with, right? So then, of course, I'm the friend on the right side of their shoulder saying, man, you're doing wrong. And when you do wrong, it comes back to you. Karma is a bill collector that will always knock on your door because karma wants his payment every time. And you're doing wrong. Get into counseling. Well, Khalid, can you be my marriage counselor? No, I can't. I'm your friend. But I'll give you a list. So again, remember I told you the mindset of a man is linear. If there's a problem, I go into fix it mode. I'm not going to do what women do and try to manage 500 things. I got to get finality to something. So I'll go and see Tamika down the street, right? Now, the guy who's willing to put the work in, I have to tell him, now, man, in order for your woman to do the things you want to, you got to show up as the CEO of your house. Wow. See, you made yourself the COO or the CFO while she went into CEO mindset. Now you got to reverse the role. Well, what does that look like, Khalid? I go to work, I pay, she handles the bills, she takes care of the kids. Now you have to become that participatory husband, that participatory dad. Man, how do I do that? This is your family, right? As a CEO, you're in charge of every employee in that building, from the CFO to the janitor, correct? You have to interact with the CFO to the janitor. So they always know that I'm in charge. I got this. I got you covered. Do that, because the reality is women want to release, but they got to be confident to release. They got to feel secure to release, right?
Wow.
And that's
Khalid,
your role. That's your role as the CEO, the man.
The man. This is where I want God. You taking me right to where I want to land. And so of course, Chantel and Maite, I want to release, but at times I don't feel like I can. So we have some sisters in our repertoire, in our groups, who, okay, I may be able to release, but my sisters are driving me crazy, Maite, because they not releasing and they showing up foul, because they do have a good man, because they do have a good situation, because he does want to be the CEO. He's paying the cost to be the boss in some ways, right? But now he's fickle. He's all over the place, because some of my sisters are just not showing up on purpose and in their best purpose. I hope I'm making sense right now. I'm gonna bring it home just in a second. So Maite and Chantel, my sisters need to be met. And when do I help my sister? By saying to her, mentally, you too many places. You need to bring it in, because you got a good guy. Talk to us about being a balanced sister, Chantel, and then I'm gonna throw the mic to you, Maite. Please. Khalid, thank you.
I mean, that's a great question, because I think that so many of us do not know how to be aware of ourselves. We do not take the time to get to know who we are, what we are struggling with, what our triggers are, what we really want and need from our spouses, because we don't know what we want or need from ourselves. And so that's where that journey of counseling comes in that Khalid is talking about, that you get to dig deep into who you are, figure it out, know what you want, because a lot of times we are coming at our partners, at our spouses, and saying, I need you to make me happy. I need you to do this. And that is not his job to make.
Can you please talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's not his job to make you happy. You have to be happy within yourself. Now, it is his job to partner with you so that you all can complement each other. You can learn to compromise. You can learn to work well in your marriage together. You can do things to help each other maintain peace and harmony in your home. But his job is not to make you happy. You have to do that for yourself. And I think that's the part we miss. We don't want to do the work on ourselves, because it's easier to blame somebody else for me not being happy. It's easier to blame you for me overworking. It's easier for me to blame you that I'm tired. So you have to do the work on yourself so that you know what your stuff is, and you stop putting your stuff off on somebody else.
But you know what, Maite, I've been blessed with I know you was getting to chime in, but I got to say this first. I've been blessed to encounter you. The reason why this show was really touched my soul is because I think that in my own way, I've been building this show for quite some time. Y'all don't know this, but Maite just took on the co-seat of this show. I mean, she showed up one day and we just grabbed her. Maite, I believe you relate to what both of our clinicians have said. Give us your own spin about being as a woman. And I know sometimes for me, I guess I am mentally stable in some sense of the word, but Khalid always says he needs to, probably give me a little session. But sometimes maybe it is there. Sometimes I feel like, dang, can I call my sister and just let it go? Sometimes I'm not all right all the time. And I know we say this so cliche-ish on every show, but talk to us just a little bit, Maite, about probably where you've been building up Maite, because both of us have been through divorce too, mentally.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone through several years of counseling, and listen, it wouldn't hurt to go back.
Yeah.
Trust me, life has been lifing. And so, but one of the things that I can say is that, again, I always talk about my personal journey. I've been doing some personal work. So lately, I've been showing up for Maite, showing up for myself. I had a few weeks where I just couldn't answer the phone the way I was before. You know, I didn't have anything to give anybody because the little I had at that time, I needed to save for me. You know, and I always say, if I had me a me. I was talking to one of my friends today, and we were talking about something so little. I can't because we turned it into an event that we're gonna do, but it was something so minute. And she was like, well, what if we did it this way? I was like, oh, that would be amazing. And so the way we can do it is we could spin it like this, we could spin it like that, and you could do, but it's all for her. I had to get to the point where I'm okay with doing things for me. I used to give all my ideas away. People would take them and do well with them and everything. And I would just be sitting back, you know, or I would attend the event. But it's like, when am I going to jump into the game? And so now I'm at the point in life where I show up for Maite. I can't tell you what it looks like all the time. I can't tell you what it means all the time, but I can say that one thing I learned is that, you know how we look at takers and we say, if somebody is a chronic taker, you know, that there must be something wrong. I learned this year that if you're a chronic giver, something's wrong with you too. And that was me. I used to give, would give my last. And something's wrong with that. I had to learn that there's something wrong with that. So I've been doing work on me. Yes, I'm divorced. Yes, I want a man. All of that. I mean, but in terms of what Chantel said, in terms of what Khalid said, I think in a relationship, in order for a woman to feel comfortable in her femininity, right? Because now, you know, that's the going thing on most podcasts. Too many masculine women. You know, women aren't feminine enough. I think in order for that to take place, men do have to step up, though, and make us feel comfortable and assure us that if we, you know, take the S off our chest, if we take the cape off, if we lay it down, that you're not going to drop it. And
but what you're saying, though, Maite, but what you're saying today, and you tell me if you agree, Chantel, what you're saying, though, is that if I'm my sister's keeper, you ought to be able to call me and tell me and take the S off your chest. If I'm my sister's keeper, and this, hey, I guess it's a question and it's a statement. There's no wrong answers. If I'm my sister's keeper, I ought to be able to call Maite and say, Maite, you say you waiting on the man, right? But you need to scale back again and then go ahead and get launched again. Because at the end of the day, I believe God got that brother already ready. Come on here. I just believe at some point, come on, we're going to have to look. I can see clearly now that the fog is all gone. You know what I'm saying? When do I get so strong, Chantel, that I have enough courage to say to my sister, baby, again, I got to go back here, y'all. Again, sister, even with your little boyfriend, you don't act right. You keep showing up messy, or you keep showing up. Why is it that everything that's going on in these streets, you're involved in it? Chantel, tell me mentally, what kind of person is that? What kind of person is the person who is always caught up, or you know everybody's situation, but you're never ever tuned in to your own? I'm my sister's keeper, y'all. And one of the things I love, I'm throwing this at y'all real quick. One of the things I love is the Lord gave me a group, Gone Girls, of course, and I'm the director of the group. And can I tell y'all something? Again, I take the lessons. When they bring mess to me, I take the stuff, y'all, and I turn it into lessons so that no one sister feels like she's now being singled out, so to speak. Chantel, tell us when should we do that?
I love that. I think that for women, it is crucial that you have a good tribe.
That's
You
good.
got to have some real good friends in your life. I mean, I have good friends that would tell me, "Hey, girl, you out there killing the game," you know, and at the same time, they could say, "Hey, don't wear that again," or they could say, "Hey, take that
They
post
will.
down. That doesn't
Yes.
represent you well." You know, I understand you were upset, but that doesn't
God.
look good on you, you know? So we need to have a good tribe of people. We got to have real friends that
Real.
will, at the same time, and as much as they clap for me, as much as they are in my front row, and as much as whatever I do, they are going to be there. They're going to support 100%. When I am wrong, your real friends should be able to call you on your mess and tell you that you are wrong in
Absolutely.
love, because I know they want the best for me. So I'm not going to be offended. I'm not going to
Yeah.
talk it. I'm not going to mind your business. Leave me alone. No, I'm going to say, okay, it might hurt. It might wound me. But I'm like, girl, you right. You
So
right.
so 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 I'm sorry. So when do you believe, um, Khalid, if I'm my sister's keeper, when do you believe I should tell my sister, you still need to talk to a Khalid Scott of the world? You still need to talk to a gentleman, a quiet giant. You still need to talk to some brothers. You're not getting ready to marry a sister, right? You're going to marry a guy. So when do you think we should be balanced enough to say to my sister mentally, Khalid, hey, get a brother's opinion sometime? Your sisters are cool. They good, right? But my sister can't give me a male's perspective. Chantel is not here saying, girl, you telling the real truth. Come on, Khalid.
Okay. Well, let me use you as an experiment, okay? You ready? Say the ABCs for me.
A, B,
And
C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I done forgot the rest. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
say it backwards.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Is
Right.
it okay if I can't do it?
So
I can't
that's it.
either.
That's it right there. Angela, you go on 100 all the time. Even when you're sending me text messages, I can tell you're on 100. I just had you to do something as simple as say the ABCs to me. And you heard, did you see how you was doing it? ABCD, ABCD, EFD. And I said, just say it backwards. X.
We don't have a
Y.
lot of time in the show. That's it. Okay. Okay. No, you right. You right. I'm your experiment.
Slow down. In order for me to give advice, I got to be the billboard of my wisdom.
That's good.
If you're telling your girlfriends to slow down, take in, you got to show how you're doing it.
Okay.
Because if you're just as lit as them, they're gonna be like, okay, are you telling me that?
Right.
We have to learn how to slow down. And we got to work on ourselves first. Now, Angela, say the ABCs backwards to me. Slow down, sit back, and just think. Say it.
Okay. Hold on. Just hold on 1 second, okay? A,
Yeah.
B, C's.
Just start writing backwards. Just write them backwards.
It's right backwards. You got
Okay.
it.
Z.
Uh-huh.
I am my sister's keeper.
Thank
There you go.
That's what I'm
Read.
talking about. That's what I'm talking. Bring it close. Bring it
Wow.
close.
Read.
Z,
There you go.
Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L.
Okay.
What's the other? K, J, I. Come on, bring it close. I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A.
I ain't gonna never leave you hanging. I got you. I
Oh.
sat here and wrote it.
So do you see the difference, Angela, how you had to slow down? You had to slow down. You
And
had
go
to,
for my resources, right?
yes. That's it.
My, You just did that, Khalid.
Yeah.
You just did that. You know what? I'm not gonna ever forget about that either. I'm not. Talk to us, Chantel, about
Well,
how can I
hold on, Angela. Let me
okay,
answer the question. Let
go
me
right
answer
ahead.
the question. So again, it's okay to tell the world that we don't know everything and
Yeah.
that we need to go to the source, right? But you got to be willing. Like I hear women saying that I go to my girlfriends to talk about my man or men or my sons or whatever. Every woman should have a male friend or a male in your life who you trust, who you can go to for advisory information for. So, but you got to be able to receive the message he gives you. And it can't be a but, a but, a but, a but. It's got to be, it's got to be just like that. Because men, we tell on ourselves all the time. That's why we bad at cheating. Because we tell all on ourselves all the time. Just listen, take it in, and you get the answers answered. And that's it. And again, it goes back to slow down. Slow down. Everything ain't got to be accomplished in the 1 hour. Just slow down. That's it.
What a way to share that with the world, Khalid. And just as a rule, I don't get to rush and do everything because AA don't go for that. Neither does the Word of God go for that. But I am a creative, and so my brain is always going. I know the ladies can relate to that. I appreciate you for doing this free session. Can you tell me where they can get help? Where can they get you, Khalid? Throw that in for me real quick. Yeah. Okay.
See how simple I am? 312-43-Scott. 312-43-Scott.
And also his handles are right here on right here in front of us. Okay, y'all. Listen, so Chantel, how can I, as my sister's keeper, show up on purpose and in my own purpose as well? Because I gotta slow down. Because I want to give the best of me to my sister. I'm so glad Maite understands me. Tamara understands me. I think you do too, Chantel. So how can I best though? How can I be better at showing up for my sister?
I think that you can be better by showing up for you first.
That's good.
Show up for you first.
Show up for me.
I think that a lot of times we are extending grace for everyone else and we don't extend that same grace to ourselves.
Wow. Yes.
So it's okay for me not to be everywhere all the time. It's okay for me to say no. It's okay for me to set boundaries because I got to respect my time. I got to respect my peace. I got to respect my energy before I can expect someone else to do that. So if I'm taking care of me first, and then I have the space, I have the energy, I have the calmness, the mental well-being, I have something to pour into my sisters when I take care of me first. But if I'm running on zero, if I'm running on empty and on fumes, I don't have anything to give. And so that's a lot of times when somebody is calling you and they're seeming like they want to be helpful, but they cutting you off and they snapping on you and they like, girl, just get it together. That's because they not taking care of themselves first. Wow. So I can only pour when I take time to be replenished. And so self-care is key before you start being a caretaker for everybody else.
Oh, I love it. Maite, my God.
I think also, of course, I had that too. So I mean, even while we're doing the show, I mean, I'm writing what I hear and everything, and so showing up for yourself first is definitely one of the things that I had written down. But I think also on the times that you feel depleted, right? When you feel low or you feel like you don't have anything to give, I really think that's when the other side of am I my sister's keeper come in. So we're we are approaching it from one side as in what we can give, but we also need to approach or look at the receiving end, right? So
That's
then
so
on the
true.
days when you don't have it, Angela, when you do feel depleted, look, it took everything in me to get to work. And I barely made it through the 8 hours. And so I'm driving home. I'm exhausted. But life is still lifing. Who can I call?
Who
You
can
know
I
what I
call?
mean? And I think that on the times or during the times when we are replenished during our fill up time, we need to also do some work to identify who those people are
That's so
so that
good.
we can lean on them. Because if we're still approaching it as the giver, the giver, the giver, where are we filling up from? Of course, God is our source and the word of God and everything. But where
But
are our sisters that we can, you
count
know,
on.
get from that can pour into us as well? So I think that's important too. So we need to look at it from both sides. And so I am my sister's keeper. Angela, you can call me, girl. Call me. I got you.
Yeah, I know. And I know that that's coming from a place of heartfelt sincerity. Tell me this, Chantel, but I'm the sister who has felt like I've had it all together for years. I've just had it together. And um but then divorce happened. And when divorce happened, I felt like, God, you really did just cut me deep. Um I don't think it was so much about him leaving as much as it was me being, and Khalid would say, you're never caught off guard. But for me, this is me now. For me, I felt like to some great extent I was caught off guard. And maybe my being caught off guard was this, is that I didn't even realize I was trapped, like I was missing a whole bunch of me. So I couldn't even give. Okay. Sometimes I think we just, sometimes, and it ain't even no fake, y'all. I don't want y'all to think that, right? But I just know if you call me and tell me I got to preach, right? I'm going to shut myself away. I'm going to get into that word. I'm going to let God minister to me, and then I'm ministering to everybody, right? And so I'm out there. But when I go back home, I remember days of going home, Chantel, going in the room saying, God, I'm not preaching about, I'm never going to speak well of marriage again in a good way. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm not going to speak well of it either. And God dealt with me and said, okay, then I don't have a need for you because you don't run this, right? I said all that to say, I'm my sister's keeper. How can I not show up and tell her? Man, there's some days I hurt myself. I had to show up in the Gone Girl room one day and tell them, y'all, I felt like I could slip my own wrist. I felt like I could be done. It was devastating. And God said to me, and if you don't show up, if you don't tell them the truth, you are a fake young lady. And I did not call you to be that. Now go in that room and tell those women that you're hurting, so that some of them who are mature enough to deal with that know how to pray for you. It's not about you, because I wouldn't tell them nothing. I'm very strong, and I don't like seeming as if I'm a needy person. Talk to that, Chantel.
Mhm.
I'm my sister. Am I my sister's keeper if I don't
Right.
show up that way?
Because I think a big part about relationships that we don't discuss a lot is that relationships, whether you're in it or you're out of them, reveal who you are. And a lot of times we want to focus on the other person and what they did and how you were treated and how you feel as a result. But I think a lot of times when we're in relationships or when we're out of relationships, we have to understand that there are no wasted situations.
Mm,
Everything comes to teach us something. And a lot of times we need to sit with ourselves and, as Khalid said, be still, be quiet, slow down, and really ask God, what am I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to take from this so that I can be better? Because God made him, he got to fix him. But for me, God, what do you need me to learn? What do you need me to take? What am I then supposed to share with my sisters so that I can be of help to them and so they can be of help to me. We got to remain teachable in this thing. So no matter how it looks and no matter how much it hurts, there is something that I'm supposed to learn from it. And sometimes that comes with me shutting my mouth and allowing someone to help me, to pour into me, to teach me the lesson, to support me. Because sometimes as women, we are strong, Angela, of course, and we feel like we can do it all and we can handle it all. But sometimes the lesson is you need to let somebody help you.
I don't want to be strong. Okay, can I just be honest?
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell people I'm a strong Black woman. I don't tell people I'm an independent woman. I don't. If you see me and you see me operating and doing everything I have to do in life, right? That's what you'll put on me. Oh, she's so strong. She's so independent. I'm doing it because I have to do it. If I don't do it, it won't get done. But I remember I used to be, oh, I'm a strong. I don't. Get somebody else to do it. So when people, I'm strong, take me off the list. Take me off the list. I don't. It's exhausting. Honestly, it's exhausting. But it took me to get to this point to be able to say that in everything I've learned and everything I do and all the hats I wear, I do it because I love to do it or because it needs to be done. I don't do it in the name of strong Black woman or in the name of being an independent woman. I mean,
Or how about doing it because this is what I saw? Michelle Miller says I'm strong out of necessity. This is what I freaking saw. I saw my mom have to carry the household during the week because my dad would be doing his thing on the weekend and he wouldn't come home for 2 days. So I'm like you. I do what I gotta do. I do what I gotta do. But at the end of the day, Khalid, is that necessarily offensive to my brothers that I am strong? That I do know how to look. I told one brother recently, I said, man, you can go to sleep and this is the truth. It's the truth about me. You can go to sleep and I can build a whole doggone city.
See, I wouldn't tell. I'm sorry, Khalid. I know it's gonna go to you, and I just want to say something to what Angela just said, and then I got something for you. I don't use. I don't think I would say that in 2023 might say. Even if I can, right? I wouldn't say that to a guy. And so I know what you're saying, and you're pivoting to Khalid. And so Khalid, what I'll say to you is with what Angela said, right? And with me saying that I don't want to be strong, I don't want to be labeled as a strong woman, strong, independent Black woman, whatever, right? When men see us, right? Because the whole topic now
Talk about
the masculine women, all of that, alpha man, alpha female, that's on social media, right? So when men see us, right, handling everything that we need to do, that we have to do, how or are you guys able to differentiate us, the ones who are doing it out of necessity
and
want to be feminine, want to operate in our feminine energy, want to live a soft life? Can you tell the difference between us and the ones who say, hey, I am strong, I can do this and I don't need a man, I can do it all by myself? And I'm not knocking anybody. However you want to do it, whatever you say about yourself is fine. Maite, need a man. I do what I do, but I still come across as some guys say, or as what social media is talking about, not operating in my feminine energy. So what I'm saying is, from a male perspective, what are you guys looking for, or what is it that you guys see?
Yeah.
So great questions. So let's talk real, right? Remember, I told you that men are linear, right? And you all understand what linear means, right? A to Z. It's straight across. It's not this, right? We take you face value, right? So if you come to the table presenting Wonder Woman, right? I'm going to take you as that you're Wonder Woman, and that, right, that I don't have to add no assumptions or thoughts or whatever. I'm taking you face value that you're a Wonder Woman and you know what it means to be Wonder Woman and you like being
Being Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman. Remember, Wonder Woman had two versions of herself, right? She was Diana Prince with the glasses and the hair pinned up, and then she was Wonder Woman with the hair long, boots and body and everything, right? The reality is we like Diana because we want to be the hero. But when you keep telling me I'm Wonder Woman,
By my actions.
okay, I'm gonna let you be Wonder Woman. And so then we like, then why are you mad? Because you told me and you presented Wonder Woman, but now you saying, why can't I be Diana Prince, damn it? That's not what you told me, and that's not what you presented. So if you want to be into your femininity, do it. Wear your hair down, polish your nails, put lipstick on, put on a sundress. Be that. Because that'll turn me on. Because if you don't do it, what did I say earlier in the broadcast? I'm going to go and let Tamika do it. But see, me just presenting that, did you get offended?
Somewhat.
Why? Why? It
I'm
was
gonna let
a man
Chantel answer
being
for the girls.
honest. It was a man being
I know,
honest.
I know, I know.
See?
But tell us why you're offended, Angela.
I don't know, cause I feel like you, I feel like every relationship has the ability to shift, and that I may be Diana Prince today, and I may have to be Superwoman tomorrow. But doggone respect the fact that I can shift. Why don't you do that? Why don't you
Because
just
that's not
respect
what
the
you
fact I can
present.
shift?
You don't
Okay?
present that, Angela. Angela, what do you see? You see this? What you did with your presentation?
I'm only doing that on here. I don't
I
do that.
got you, but hold on. Remember, men and how we intake it.
Yeah.
Karen don't do that.
I don't do it
Maria
either.
doesn't do
I
that.
don't do it either because I present grown. You don't even want. Hey, I'm telling you now. I present grown. Y'all can't stand me.
Angela,
Y'all can't stand me no
Angela, a man is speaking.
Okay.
A
So
man
Lord.
is
what does that
speaking.
mean?
Oh, Lord.
See what I mean?
But you know what I'm saying? What does that mean?
Oh,
Tell her,
Lord.
Chantel. Tell her what I'm doing right
Okay.
now.
Go ahead, Chantel. He practicing on me.
Ooh, y'all are funny today. I will say
Then she say you
that
ain't got all the answers. Sway.
I don't have to have all the answers.
Angela.
Ah,
Come
So
on,
what I
Chantel,
will say
please
is
explain
that
it to her. Explain it.
I would say that men and women, we operate in two different lanes, right?
That's right.
And so what a man prefers, we will say, and most men, I will not overgeneralize. Most men prefer to receive respect, and that's what they hear. That's what they love. And women like to have love and attention. So we operate in two different lanes. So we have to learn how to use wisdom as a woman to get what you want.
that's true. I
Because
totally
I tell my husband knows, and I say it all the time. He laughs, but he knows it's the truth. I am very easily satisfied with exactly what I ask for.
define respect for men, please.
Yes. So respect men means being listened to, being allowed to take the role. You want to lead? I'm gonna let you lead. I need you to lead correctly. Don't lead me off into the bushes. Don't lead me off into the ditch. Lead correctly. But I'm also going to support you, and I expect you to support me. And so
That's
I
good.
expect if I'm giving you respect, that you are giving me love and affection, right? We're not going into the hierarchy of I'm submissive in a bad way, but I do know how to let you lead. And I
Okay.
do know how to be your support. Um, I often tell women a lot of times you can let him be the head, but you be the neck that supports. And that's so that neck supports, but I also can shift your head in a little different ways to show you, hey, look at it from this way, look at it from this way, because I'm your woman and I know how to do that. And so there has to be that give and take in a relationship. Not that I'm higher or lower, but we can operate from a place that we have mutual respect and admiration and love
And
for
I
it.
think that that's what's really the issue at times, Maite. I know you're getting ready to roll in here, but I think that that's the issue at times. So when I hear a brother, no point intended, Khalid, when I hear a brother say a man is speaking, in my heart, I'm trying to figure out, first of all,
Who are you
my
talking to?
daddy was a man.
But
First,
Angela,
wait,
Angela,
hold on, hold
Angela,
on.
hold
Can
on.
you
I
hold
got
on
to
for a second?
interrupt you. Hold
Okay,
on,
go,
hold on, hold on. I got it because this is Khalid's conversation, right?
go.
Go ahead.
What I'm trying to tell you, Sweet Pea, is that the interruption, right?
No. I understood. I wanted to make myself really, I wanted to make sure you understood. And something you said, which makes so much sense. That's what this show is all about. It really is about you're right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is, but on the flip side of things, if a brother interrupts a sister, because something Chantel said, which was, listen, if I'm rolling this way, you roll evenly or whatever. It's not about whether we're low or high. But if I hear this is no point intended. Again, if I hear a brother say a man is speaking, not that you said it out of sorts, Khalid, but we bringing it home now. If I hear a brother say a man is speaking, I'm trying to figure out, okay, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a man with a womb. Okay, a man is speaking. So should there be a way you should say that to me? Go ahead,
Right.
Maite or Khalid.
No, it definitely triggered you. I saw that. You were
Yeah,
very you're very triggered by that, right? And so, which is good, right? So all of this is good
it
because
really is.
um it
It's good.
is
It
because
really is. It's where we
I
are.
used to be you, Angela. Oh my God, I used to be you. I did. And I remember my friends telling me, you too strong. I was like, what are you talking about? And don't get me wrong, I feel like I have a long way to go. So my question to both Khalid and Chantel, when you see Angela and when you see myself and we're women doing what we have to do, right? We're paving a way, blazing trails, everything that we have to do. We both desire a mate, a man, companionship, marriage. I don't think we want to present to the man that we want to do everything.
Right. Right.
How how does it start? Okay. So
Yeah,
I
that's
know
good.
I've
That's
heard
good.
that a man will sit back and watch you. So
That's
if a
good.
man is sitting back and watching both Angela and myself, I don't even think that he would know my views, which are what I have communicated on the podcast. I think he would just see a quote unquote strong Black woman. And so to you guys, for someone who will sit back and watch you for a while before even approaching you, I mean, how do we present ourselves? Or
Sales. Yeah.
am I making sense at all?
You
Yeah.
are. You are.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So let me address it. And guys, again, I want you to listen to me as a man because I'm a man. And I'm trying to educate women on what men see, our view.
Okay.
Talking to each other, you're going to get that's like me asking another man about a monthly cycle. He can only do a Google search like I can do. I'm going to ask the woman about a menstrual cycle because you all know what it feels like and have to deal with it. So what I'm saying is femininity isn't just the nail polish and the lipsticks and the hair and the sundress. It's your aura. It's what you walk in the room. It's what walks in front of you in the room right before you walk in the actual door. And Angela, I can tell that men have done something to you because you're this. My sister Mayate presented vulnerability when she said, I don't want to be strong no more. That made her look sexy. Because she said, I relinquish. Angela, you did this. That's not sexy to a man unless he's a beta male. But if you want an alpha male who believes in walking in his role, in his presence, I can't fight my woman.
So is a beta a punk? What is a beta?
He's more laid back.
Okay,
He's more laid back. But let me tell you how beta men move. They're sneaky. They're laid back, but they do stuff because you won't assume anything about them. So they're able to play. Alpha male, we put everything on the table. Beta men are this.
They might be passive aggressive. Would you agree?
Right. Absolutely. Because they still got alpha man in them, but they like, you know what? I don't want no smoke. Guys, I'm willing to fight this fight with you because I love women. But when I said a man is talking, what I mean is listen to me. I got your best interest forward.
See, I'm hearing you now. I can hear you now.
Best interest forward. I would never do nothing to hurt you.
I can hear you now.
But the players of the world would do this. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Keep talking.
That's good, Reborn.
Because they're learning you and they're learning how to play you. So you got to be
whether that's good or bad. Don't let Chantel get out of here without giving what she get. We down to our last 2 minutes. Chantel, I know. Go.
So here's the thing. I've been married for 23 years, right? And so the best thing I can say is that to have a healthy relationship, you have to learn each other.
That's good.
And so you have to be okay with learning who you want to be in a relationship with.
That's so good.
So my husband knows that he knows I'm a boss. He knows I'm a CEO. He knows I show up in spaces in different ways. He also knows that when I come home, I am okay with being Mrs. Biddings because I've had to be a boss in so many other spaces.
That's it.
And so knowing how to shift my dynamics, knowing how to shift my tone, because when I come home, I'm not his boss. I may be a boss, but I'm not his boss. And so I know how to shift. And that is something that we have to learn in relationships, in marriages. And the fact that he respects my bossness, when I'm wherever I am, you are going to see Mr. Biddings in the front row. You're going to see him with my stuff, with my books, with all my things, because he respects who I am in that space. But he also, I know how to respect who he is. Yes. And so we have to learn how to shift and how to navigate that very sensitive dynamic between home and outside of the home. And I think as women, when we learn how to do that, and when we find a man that respects us in that space, because we have to take equal ownership here. So it's not just me doing all the work. We have to find a man that is able to do that as well. I think we're all going to be better off.
You guys have totally aced this doggone show. Am I my sister's keeper? I appreciate you all so much. Chantel, can you tell us how to get in touch with you, invite you to our churches, to our women's events, so you could talk to us as a mental clinician as well as just an everyday born again spirit filled professional? Go.
Absolutely. Please find me on social media at C Biddings Therapy on Facebook, Chantel Biddings. I would love to connect with you. Email me at chantelbiddings at gmail.com. I just absolutely love this work. Thank you, Angela. You are amazing.
Oh my God. And because of the conversations with Khalid every first, of course, Saturday of every month, Khalid, can you share with them our alpha male where we can find you every first Saturday of every month? I just love you. Go.
Okay. Contact me at daddykbs1 at AOL.com. Khalid at highachiever.net. I'm on all social media platforms, Khalid Scott. And my number again is 312-43-SCOTT.
One more time for that number, 312.
43-SCOTT.
I'm looking for a time. Yeah.
437-2688.
Listen, I'm looking for a time when our mental clinicians will raise their hands on our pages and say, we can't take another person. But what we've done is raised up some more folk to be able to carry this torch with us. Maite, can you share with them how they can get in touch with you as well? Because you're a professional. You are your sister Angela's keeper. Go ahead.
Okay, you can email me at maitejohnson@gmail.com. That's MIEATA Johnson@gmail.com. Or you can text Maite, MIEATA, to 85377, and that will give you like all of my contact information. Once you send the text, they'll send the link back to you. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm around, looking to connect with you guys. Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here. So,
of course, this is One Sister to Another podcast. Y'all can get us by going. Look, if y'all want us to host, y'all want me and Maite to show up at y'all place. Thank you so much, engineer today. None other than Trayla, my creator, Law, and also Jakari, her husband, allows her to do it. My executive producer is out of town. Her and Big J. Thank you so much, Avant Music. Listen, ONESISTER, the number 2, ANOTHERPR@gmail.com. I got to give some final thoughts because Chantel, Khalid, Maite, y'all done shook me a little bit today. God is exposing the things I need to change by showing me situations I need more healing in. But I'm so aware of what I need to do and how I'm going to do it. It's not personal. It's necessary. Today is a gift from God. What you do today is your gift back to him. I love y'all. One sister to another. Hang out with us next week for our Mother's Day show. Y'all, I'll see y'all next week. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.